Namhansanseong Road. It's covered all white with snow yesterday night. Located 25 kilometers southeast of the center of Seoul. It's 480 meters above sea level and maximizes its defensive power by taking advantage of the rugged mountain range. The circumference of the fortress is 12 kilometers. Unlike other mountain fortresses, Namhansanseong Fortress has a village and Jongmyo Shrine. When there is a war or an emergency, the king comes out of capital Haenan, stays in Namhansanseong Haenggung Palace and carries the ancestral tablets in Jongmyo Shrine. Hannamno, the main gate of Namhansanseong Haenggung Palace, is a two-story tower built by Honguk, governor of Gwangju in 1798 in the 22nd year of King Jongmyo, regretting that the gate of the Namhansanseong Haenggung Palace was not in good condition. In the vicinity of Hannamno Pavilion, writings were engraved by Honguk. Even if you can't get rid of your shame by avenge, always bear the pain, and don't forget your bitter thoughts. It means that we should not forget the humiliation over war against Qing. Namhansanseong Haenggung Temporary Palace. The Jwajeon Hall was built 6 meters below the Jwajeon Hall. It's a building that corresponds to a Punjab king's office. There is a record that the king gave a feast to the soldiers during war with Qing. The Qing dynasty army fired artillery and hit a pillar of this building. Namhansanseong Haenggung was built with a Jongmyo Shrine to be used as a refuge in case of war or civil war. It is hidden from the road that crosses the mountain from east to west. And it is divided into upper and lower palaces by the height of the topography. In 1637, the 4th year of King Injo reign, 10 years after the Namhansanseong Haenggung Palace was built, King Injo took refuge in Namhansanseong Fortress during war with Qing dynasty. After the war, King Seokjong, Yeongjo, Jongjo, Cheoljeong, Gojeon stayed on the way to royal tombs Yeongneung, Harung, Yereung and Yeoju. Namhansanseong Temporary Palace, which fulfilled its role, was abandoned after 1907 by the Japanese colonial threat and was completely destroyed by a great flood in 1925. After that, it was only in 1999 that the excavation of the hanging site was started. And the restoration work of the upper palace was completed in 2002. In 2014, Namhansanseong Fortress was listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Yeonjangak is one of the buildings outside the palace wall, and was used as a local government office of Gwangju. Naehingjeon, the upper hall. this building where the king slept and lived. It was first built in the second year of King Injo. The middle 3 compartments are wooden floor, and the sides are ondel and floor. This is the exact application of the method of palace sedimentation. There is Dasengdang Hall, outside Nahangjang Hall. This building was office of governor of Gwangju. Jasengdang imply the will is to win without a fight, and the strong will with a strategical thinking. Jwajeon is a pavilion located in the back garden behind Jasengdang Hall. It was built by Shimsangyu, governor of Gwangju in the 17th year of King Sunjo, to shoot an arrow. It is said that the writing was written by Shimsangyu and the calligraphy was written by Kim Jung-hee. Namhansanseong Fortress, which was made into a movie based on Gimenez novel in 2017. The situation of Joseon government, which was surrounded by the Qing army and fell into a state of isolation, is well described. Politics was divided into 2 and antagonized each other. One faction insists surrender to save people even if humiliated, and the other faction insists to fight even if all die. In the middle of a sharp confrontation between the parties, the King Injo, who was at a loss what to do, and the innocent people suffering from the war were well portrayed. The time when the war broke was a snowy cold winter like today, so I feel it's more realistic. It was built in 1688 in the 4th year of King Seokjong's reign by Gwangju governor Lee Se-baek. Jasengdang Hall is presumed to be a shrine by its location. Jwajeon, Jongmyo Shrine. It was built in the 2nd year of King Injo's reign with 88 rooms. Namhansanseong Haenggung Palace was built for the king to take refuge and preparing ancestral service at the Jwajeon Shrine when emergency. Yinagan was a guest house for the Haenggung Palace, so it was said to have a higher hierarchy than other guest houses. Jongmyo is known as a weapon factory, but it seems to have been used as an office, judging from the structure of the ondel and floor, etc. In the 27th year of King Jongmyo, governor of Gwangju, Igijin called it Jongmyo, but reason is unknown. I'm approaching the fortress at the top of the mountain behind the Namhansanseong Haenggung Palace. The Army Righteous Army took place in 1895 following the assassination of Empress Myeongseong of Joseon dynasty. That's the Army incident. At that time, the Tokyo Joel Shinman, Asahi Shimbun, reported that there were about 1,600 righteous soldiers at Namhansanseong. As it became the center of the armed struggle against Japan. Then, Japanese colonial government relocated the local government of Namhansanseong Fortress, which had functioned as a military and administrative city for 300 years, forcing the residents to leave and turning this place into an abandoned place. Jongmyo Shrine. This shrine appeases the souls of Li Hoi, who was executed after being accused of wasting money and failing to complete the construction within the deadline, and his family who committed suicide, and his concubine, during the construction of Namhansanseong Fortress in the second year of King Injo's reign. Suojangdae, commanding post. This tower was built in 1624 when Namhansanseong Fortress was built. It is located on the top of Cheongnyangsan Mountain, the highest of Namhansanseong Fortress, so you can see all the surroundings. 1636, during the Byongjalhoran War with King Injo led and commanded the military by himself. I can't see surroundings today because there's thick fog over the mountain. In 1751, 27th year of King Yeongjo's reign, Yeongjo wrote down this board that means not forgetting the disgraceful defeat at war with King and had hang it up. If you look carefully at the fortress, the type of stone and the way of piling is different. This shows that Namhansanseong Fortress was not built in a single era, but was gradually expanded based on the old castle. In 1636, 15th year of Injo reign, the King army advanced rapidly toward Hanyang. Then, King Injo took refuge in Namhansanseong Fortress. However, King Injo was surrounded by 150,000 troops of the King army, and surrendered after 45 days of resistance with humiliating peace treaty. This was humiliating because King Injo bowed his head to the King of King, who he ignored at the Sungjeondo. This humiliation is second only to the humiliation of losing country by Japanese imperialism in 1910. The captured children and women looked on and cried out, "Our king, are you abandoning us?" Those who were arrested numbered 10,000. Annals of King Injo, Volume 34, the 30th of January 1637. Juhamun Gate, Southern Gate. This is the largest and main gate of 4 gates of the fortress. The King Injo used this gate during war with King Pyeongjalhoran. This gate was renovated and new name was given during the repair of the fortress, in the 3rd year of King Jongmyo in 1779. Until the 1990s, vehicles passed through the South Gate, but now the tunnel under Namhansanseong has been opened. So, now only pedestrians can pass the gate. Drive from the south gate of the fortress to the east gate. The beautiful valley is always crowded with people playing in the water in summer. Jwajeon East Gate. In the eyes of the king, it's located on the side of his left. So, this gate is called Left Gate. It was built on a lower ground than the other gates, so it was impossible to pass wagons. Namhansanseong, built along the mountain ridge at an altitude of 370 to 400 meters above sea level. It is said that the water was so abundant that there were 80 wells and 45 ponds within the fortress. Namhansanseong Fortress is also a hiking trail. You can walk up to it, or you can come by car through the south gate from Seoul or Seongnam, or from the east gate from Gwangju, Gyeonggi-do. There are also 2 public bus routes from Seongnam, so you can reach here with ease. Please come and look around someday.